So, my beloved, I wanted to touch on a little bit of stuff. Obviously, there was a period of time where I had a ministry that was almost Gnostic based. It was basically throwing the law, the Bible, and everything out, including the names. Because, to be honest, in the Gnostic scriptures, there's nothing to really be worshipped, right? Nothing requires worship. And it eventually became the scriptures. And I'd realized the scriptures wasn't jiving, and the men that were teaching it weren't jiving. On all accounts, some of us thought that the ancient Hebrew, the mysticism concept, the older the story, the more likely you are to get sucked into it if you're a mystic believing type like me. I was. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we're nihilists. We've come to the realization that there is no perceivable thing the way they're explaining it to be able to wrangle for everybody to be like, hey, this is what it is. It's all conjecture. Do we think there's good principles people could follow? Absolutely. And that's what that ministry was associated with. The coming away from the Gnostic theology, which at the end of the day, with mysticism and other things, it's not provable, not wrangleable, no evidence. There's evidence of people have taken those ways up before, right? And that's about it, right? So we had a ministry conjecting that, thinking that might be a good thing. Maybe we lead people to the concepts that the state upholds, right? Like not murdering, not stealing, not defrauding, right? The things the state upholds. Because that could be a ministry that the state could pay for and actually have a benefit of. Because some of these ministries, if they really look into the scriptures, that's why they came up with modern religion. It's the rebellion book, the best rebellion book there ever was. How to start a grassroots rebellion. And principle it on things that diverge from the government. Meanwhile, testifying of the government. You could use the book to go any direction. And it's actually, it's patently false, guys. Keep trying to point it out that there are people in this paradigm. Most people know it's false. It's provably false. At least the compendium that's been sold to us, right? There may be things that exist, right? There may be some realities to it. But by and large, it should be rejected. The things that should be done is considered that we may not have a destination, right? We may have what they are all talking about, some kind of awakening to a state that benefits people not in just one district to have access to the great values that this kingdom here could have, right? Bottom line, the move toward that to good principles is to hopefully bring that about. Because so far, confusion has not brought it about. And according to their ways, the author of confusion is not their power. And the problem is they're all denominated left and right. So, out of the same scriptures, they're saying one group has it. It's predicated on lies that were before them, right? And when you start looking at it, you have to go with blind faith on it. Because if you really start scrutinizing it, it's obvious that it can't be true. For obvious reasons. Even a man going on the backside of a mountain, that's what the history of the world was, that Mel Brooks was making fun of. He came back with more tablets, broke one. Oh, I only got this many now. You don't even know what happened on the other side of that mountain. So anyways, just some thoughts, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Have a good nihilist day, because there's plenty of meaning here without having a creator that needs servitude, right? Anyways, go find you some people to love. Have a great rest of your day.